Hi, this is Cindy Cisneros, owner of Creatively LLC, and this is the Create Well Minutecast episode 106. And I want to talk today about the crisis of meaning that has been happening for creative people. This has come up quite a bit recently in session, so I wanted to take some time and write about it and talk about it. Um, it's something I started seeing during the pandemic. It has just been something that I've seen in increasing volume really since then, and it makes sense. So I want to talk a little bit about why first. Um, let's start without going too deep into what the events are, with just stating that there have been global events starting with the pandemic that have just continued to slam into us from then until now. And we've talked before about something called allostasis, and it's a concept from the science of anxiety that has to do with homeostasis, or the way that our bodies and systems stay in balance. But allostasis is the newer concept of these. And so it's just this calibration. And when you continue to have a crisis and a crisis and a crisis, you're not able to continue, you're not able to reset after each one. And so your body is dealing with the crisis, and then you have another and another. And if the crisis hasn't resolved and you have yet another crisis, then you begin to carry a backload of stress symptoms that haven't resolved before the next thing has hit. And being as, COVID-19 carries on, for example, and these other things have continued to happen during the space of time that that pandemic has continued to happen, many of us are living with this allostatic load, which causes things like depression symptoms, anxiety symptoms, fatigue, and so on. The other thing that happens is, over a prolonged period of stress like this, it's been years, what can also happen is when your allostatic load doesn't unload, you can, in a certain way, kind of adapt to this new stress level that you're living in. And so it doesn't necessarily mean get better, but it sort of means level up or adjust to. So, okay, this is the new stress level that we're living under now. And so we are going to now um, operate with this being the new normal in a way. Um, and it's not for the best. I'm not saying it's for the best, but it is an adjustment that your body is now making in order to survive. And so, as this is beginning to happen to many of us, just assuming that things are not going to go back to the state of um, reduced stress that they were before, that things are just kind of cumulative and staying at a certain level potentially. What happens next is this kind of existential sociological accompanying factor to this biological adjustment that we're making, which is this crisis of meaning. And this is happening to a lot of people where, okay, I'm now adjusting to, and I'm kind of out of shock of this new level of stressors all the time. And the same relationships and the same activities and the same behaviors that I was engaged in prior no longer give me meaning, no longer seem to serve. And the contrast between what is happening in my life and in the world is too great. Sitting and answering emails while catastrophe is miles away, or even, oceans away, is creating too much dissonance inside of me for me to feel purpose and meaning. And eventually, this gets to the point where a person feels the need to make change. And so we're seeing things like relationships ending, changing, evolving. We're seeing things like the great resignation, where people are deciding this job no longer is authentic or serves me. We're seeing people make decisions like the time that I have is more precious than, and I will make different decisions with it than what I felt compelled to previously. And so I'm saying all of this to say, your time is always precious and your mental health is always important, but to see people step up to the plate with these realizations of how important that those of us in the profession always knew it was, this piece is a relief to see. And I believe that creative people are the future. And I know that you have your specific needs and strengths of your creative personality. And that's what I'm here to help you care for, because your ideas and passions and innovations are the things that are going to help carry a society and a globe through a difficult time and into what you envision and create as the success and the happiness and the peace that the world needs, but only when you know how to bolster and use the passions and the strengths that you have and take care of yourself well. And so, if I was ever passionate about my job, which we all know I am, I'm more passionate about that now. And if you are feeling these kind of stirrings and awakenings inside you, and you're looking for that purposefulness and you're looking for that meaningfulness, but you kind of lack that energy and that drive, I would love to help you sort that all out. It's for the benefit of all of us. Um, there are places to click if you're on my website to talk to me about some of the services and get connected. If you're on YouTube, please connect with me through my website, and I would love to see how I can help. Okay, bye bye.